CLUBSTEP is a very popular demon level created by the developer of the game, RobTop. It is very popular, but the thing is, it's a very difficult level for beginners, with quick gravity switches in the ship and a lot of fake blocks and CLUBSTEP monsters. So in this video, I'll be teaching you guys how to beat CLUBSTEP. There's going to be a completion video with clicks at the end of the video, so use that as a way to know the click patterns and stuff. Anyways, let's start with the pre-drop. The pre-drop is filled to the brim with these fading blocks and fake orbs. The gameplay is very easy if you know what to do, so you can go in practice mode and remember what orbs to not click. As for the fading blocks part, you'll have to remember the click patterns, but once you remember it, it is fairly easy. Make sure to not hold after this yellow orb because it will skip these paths and make you upside down at the ship part, which is pretty awkward. Fun fact, you can actually hold here to do this cool swag route, and also the coin route is actually easier than the main path. Just click this yellow orb here, then fall down here and click these two orbs. It's that simple. This part might be where most people are struggling, since this part has gravity switching in the ship very often. But don't worry, there are some parts where you can hold down your mouse, which makes it very easy. First, go in here, and as soon as you touch this gravity portal, you can hold here. Then, release to get between these spikes and land here. This kinda acts like a guardrail to make the transition to this part very easy. Hold again when you reach around here, release to go to these spikes to return to normal gravity. This part is pretty tricky for new players, but once you get the hang of it, trust me, it gets really consistent. After that, fly up and enter this part. And there's this. The infamous CLUBSTEP monster straight fly part. What the fuck? But actually, you don't even have to straight fly through here to beat this part. What you can do is avoid this spike below the gravity portal and keep holding. You can actually get through this 2-block gap even if you're holding. Once you get near this spike, which is actually one of those fading away invisible spikes, you let go. Once you're here, hold again since there's a spike right here. Then after that, you can just keep holding and now you're out of the ship part. The Q part here is very easy. The only fake orbs are here and here. Click these 4 orbs, then these 4 orbs again, and click these 3 and this one. Make sure to not click these 2 orbs, otherwise it's gonna kill you. The ball part has a lot of fake walls and orbs, which makes it very confusing for new players. So, you can always go in practice mode to check which orbs you should click and which path you should take. So at this part, stay upside down instead of going here to go through the CLUBSTEP monster. Same thing here, don't click here to enter this weird part. Make sure to not click this orb too. This part is fairly easy when you know which path to take. By the way, you are currently about halfway through the level. But the thing is, the second half of the level is way more difficult than the first half. Let's get going to the UFO part. This UFO part has very tight gaps, which makes it a bit of a choke point in the level. So there isn't really any tactics you can use in this part. You just have to remember the click pattern. The click pattern goes like this. Make sure to click twice here, otherwise you'll hit these spikes. Go in practice mode and practice the click pattern and you'll eventually beat this part. Next is the ship part, which is a really short mini ship part. Just go up then down and make sure to go right about the middle of this portal, or otherwise you'll die to the spike at the top and bottom of the portal. Lastly is this cube part with the memory orb sections. Don't click this last orb here to fall up, and skip those 2 orbs and click this blue orb to fall up once again. And at this 4 orb part, you can kinda just spam, and now you're at the second drop, which is probably the most difficult section of the level. Good luck. This part, as stated before, is one of the most difficult part of the level, so I highly suggest you to go on practice mode to practice the part, or play a Star Plus version of the level and getting runs. So here, once you reach this part, keep holding, but stop holding around here, a bit before the gravity portal. Once you've turned upside down, keep holding again, but release at right about the end of this diagonal corridor thing. Don't forget that you are still upside down, and there are these set of invisible spikes where you have to avoid. Then, once you're the UFO, take the top path here, not the coin path. The coin path may be easy, but this path is way more safer. Then keep spamming until you've passed this spike, then click 2 times here, 1 and 2. And there's a lot of invisible spikes here, but the click pattern is very easy, so you don't have to worry here. This part has difficult mini-ship gameplay with quick gravity switching in the ship part. Stay up at this CLUBSTEP monster, then stay down at this one. And fly up here to go through this pillar thing, since there's invisible spikes here. Then at these 2 CLUBSTEP monsters, hold for a little and you can pass this part. And here is the quick gravity changing whatever this is part. It looks difficult, and it kinda is, but it's just like 3 clicks. What you need to do is hold, but release a bit before this gravity portal. Once you've changed gravity, keep holding again, and repeat this process. This part is pretty difficult to get used to, but just keep practicing and you're good to go. Make sure to not hold too much here, otherwise you'll die to these spikes. You are 82% into the level. Good luck with the last 18%. Here, you only have to click these 2 orbs and you'll fall down into this upside down mini cube part. Click twice and do not go here because there's yet another invisible spike here. Then jump here and you've reached probably the most difficult ship part in this level in my opinion. Once you've reached this part, start holding. And once you're close to the gravity portal, stop holding. And keep following until this part. And around this part, start holding again. Then repeat the process. Keep holding, release when you're close to the gravity portal, and start holding again around this part. That part's done, there's still one major choke point in the level. It is these 3 CLUBSTEP monsters right here. You are still upside down and mini, so this makes it very difficult to control your ship. You will have to practice this stray fly part because it's just a stray fly. Once you're out of the ship part, you're almost to the end. There's no fix here, so don't worry, but watch out for this glow object thing because this is not an orb. And then the final ship part. There are invisible spikes to confuse you, so make sure to remember where they are. There's an invisible spike here and here in the second CLUBSTEP monster, and other than that, you just hold here and go down. Reminder to not die to this block. So, there's only one thing to do. Open Geometry Dash and start grinding. If you think my guide is terrible, I actually won't judge you. I know it's terrible, but I hope this helps and I hope you now can beat CLUBSTEP and show it off to your like 3 friends. Now that my yapping session is done, it's time for the completion video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe and join my Discord server by the link in the description. Also, if you want me to make a tutorial on other levels, feel free to comment them down below. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day and good luck on CLUBSTEP. Peace.